beautiful people. My name is Madison, also known as Fat Loss for Life Gain on Instagram. This is my second YouTube video. If you haven't seen the first one, please go back and watch that one. It's just my introduction to kind of get to know me, kind of know about my past a little bit. This video is going to be more tuned into my eating of the past when I was a kid, and then what I'm going to try and do now to set myself up the best for the future. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so let's go back a little bit in time. Once again, I've said I've always been the bigger kid. So my eating got kind of really bad when I turned 12 or so. I had some stuff in my life happen, and in future videos I can talk about it. But that's really when my binging started, when I was able to go to the store and buy myself my own food, or find whatever was in the house and just eat it all, because why not? So I gained weight pretty fast starting at 12, and it grew exponentially. I grew up exponentially until I was about 20, until I got my binging under control. But a normal binge for me was about 10,000 to 11,000 calories, which is pretty crazy. It was just a bunch of junk food and snack food that I didn't think I was able to have, because it wasn't really in the house. And so I always thought I was deprived of that food. So I was like, oh, I'm just going to go grab it for myself, and I'm just going to go eat all of it. Which was not the right thing to think about. So, yeah, I struggled for many years doing that. Biking back and forth to the grocery store, but at least the biking was kind of helping out a little bit, but it really wasn't. But yeah, and so the food was terrible, and on top of whatever I would binge during the day, I would also eat with my family for the rest of the day, or eat other things throughout the day, because that wasn't enough, and the only thing I could think about was food. That was it. There was nothing else taking up the space in my brain, and whenever I tried to focus on anything else, it made it even worse. And even still, even though I'm 700 and however many days binge free, I still sit here and sometimes my binge brain takes over, and it's just like, oh, you need to go get this food, you need to go whatever. But in reality, I really don't. I kind of know ways to cope with that now, and I want to share that with you. So as I ate all this food, you can probably imagine that I would feel pretty sick after eating 10,000 calories plus. However, that never really happened. I do have a fear of people throwing up, and myself, I haven't been sick in 18 years or so, I think. And so I never actually felt sick. It's just that when I would feel my stomach was so full that I could feel it expanding, I would honestly just go to sleep. And obviously that was not healthy, because that's when the food is going through your body. That's when you eat 11,000 calories and then it just sits there. No wonder. But yeah, and so I sometimes would feel so guilty about how I binged for 1 week. Let's just say I went for a full week every single day, sometimes twice a day, that the following week I wouldn't eat a single thing, and I would have no energy. I would be crabby. I would be everything, just because I was so angry with myself, and I took it out on other people, and I feel terrible about doing that, because it was all me. It was all up in my brain. Food was controlling me so much, and I couldn't do anything about it until I was about 20 years old, and then I did do something about it. So when I came home from university, when I didn't have the job, I had gone to the bookstore, and I got the Overcoming Binge Eating for Dummies book. I loved looking through the health and wellness area of the bookstore. I have so many different wellness books, but this is the first one that actually stuck, because that book gave me all of the tools, where it had the points, the reminders, I resonated with every single thing in that book. It made me realize how bad my eating really was. Even though I knew it was bad, I just didn't think it was that bad. I was just I just hide food. I just whatever. But no, it was really bad. And so I took everything from that book, and I implemented into my life. As soon as I was done the book, I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm done trying to hide the food. I'm done trying to hurt my body, because that's honestly what I was trying to do without actually knowing it. I was hurting myself. And obviously, like, that is terrible, and you shouldn't be trying to hurt yourself even subconsciously. So once I read the book and I kind of like realized the tools and tips and tricks that they had, I had to start. I woke up one day and was just like, that's it. Like, I'm done feeling like this. I'm done feeling like crap. I'm done everything. Like, I want to get my life back on track. And that's the first time that I did try to want to lose weight for myself, because obviously people can tell you to lose weight. Everyone can tell you to lose weight, but until you want to hear it, you won't want to. Like, it won't stick. And so I started the first day on March 17th of 2019, and I woke up and it was bad. The first week was really bad with the cravings. I cried at least every day, multiple times a day, just because the voices that were telling me to eat were so overpowering, and the longer that I pushed them away, the harder they came back the next time. And so I honestly, like, I just started drinking a lot of water. I drank a lot of water just so that I would always be full. Obviously I would still be eating, but eating normal size portions of food. But the water intake was very much increased. Like, I'm a big person, and so I got up to drinking about 8 liters of water a day, which is, that's a lot of water. And so, I was so focused on drinking my water, and every other time that I wasn't focused on drinking the water, I was going to the bathroom. So there was no time for me to think about food. But then I made it past 3 days binge free. And then I made it past 5 days. And then so on and so on. And then I got up to 50 days, and I was just like, there is no way that I am going back to day 1 just because I want to go eat McDonald's, cookie dough, ice cream, whatever it was. Obviously, you can still have those things in moderation, and I never really learned moderation. But of course, you can still have those things in moderation once you can learn that the food isn't going anywhere. The food is always going to be at the grocery store. You can go any minute and go buy food from the grocery store. However, there's really no need to, because as long as you've got what you need to sustain yourself, then you've got everything you need. And of course, treats are great every once in a while. But the more that you can control your eating, the better it'll be. And then you've got the control back. The binging isn't there. Obviously, it is still there from time to time when things get emotional and when things happen that are out of your control. You think that, like, oh, I have to go turn to food. No, not necessarily. Even when things happen in my life now, I don't turn to food anymore. I craft a lot. Unfortunately, I bite my nails. That's one of them. But I exercise, I go for a walk. I have a really active job, and so I'm able to kind of take out any frustration throughout the day at my job, which is amazing. If you can find something that you're passionate about, something that keeps your hands and your brain occupied, that's going to be the best thing to keep you from wanting to eat, especially if it's something that's clean, like crafting. You have to keep your hands clean, so you can't just be shoving food in your mouth, because then obviously it's going to get all over the craft, and you don't want that. And so that's where most of mine went. My one true passion and hobby and everything was dancing. That was my favorite thing. I did that ever since I was about 3 years old until I was 17, 18. I can't remember. Somewhere around there. Because I was getting to the end of high school, and I couldn't keep up with what was going on in my brain to my feet. The connection wasn't there anymore. And so I needed to find something else. And so crafting and exercising, but just keeping your brain and your hands focused all at once, will help exponentially. Alrighty, so I am going to start talking to you guys about what I'm going to do with my future, what I'm doing right now. So this morning, actually, and today is the 16th of May, 2021. I was coming home and I wanted to just go to the grocery store and buy some fruit. That was my main goal today, just because it is a Sunday. I'm trying to prepare for the week as much as I can. And so on the screen, I'm going to put a little bit of me cutting up some fruit and dividing it into little containers just so that I can have for the week, because I start work at 6:30 in the morning. I only give myself about 10-15 minutes to wake up and get out of the house. And so I need something that's so easy for me to grab that, like, it's just second nature. Like, I'm just going to be like, oh, time to get up. Okay, go grab my fruit and I'll be ready for work. Because that's going to keep me fuller longer through the day. Fruit and cheese. I also bought some cheese because I love cheese. And so if I can have that already set up, like how I'm showing right now, I think I can better set myself up for the week. And this week I'm actually deciding to start working out each day, just a little bit after I'm done work. So I'm going to go to a close hill around the city that I live in, and just go walk up and down the hill at one time, and just kind of like start getting my heart rate up when I'm not at work, even though I do have a very active job. It's just going to be great overall. If you're still here at the end, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you took some of my tips and tricks from along the way, and you can implement them in your own life or change them up and do it your own way. If anyone, feel free to message me if you have any questions about anything else. I can always just make a question and answer video for later. But yeah, so here's my Instagram. Feel free to follow me. Yeah, I hope you all have a great day. I'll see you later. Coffee. Check. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel.